Hey, what is up? This is Kevin from Kevin's Barbecue Joints, and this one's a cool one. It's been something I've been working on for a long time. It's with the guys from Blood Brothers, which are Terry and Robin Wong brothers, as well as Quy Hoang. Hopefully, I'm not totally butchering that. The three of those guys are Blood Brothers, and they're been super close. They were close since high school. They went off on their own ways and then came back to the brothers had a place called Glitter, a karaoke nightclub, and Quy came and started to cook on specific nights, and then it grew from there. But I've always wanted to talk to them. Their new brick and mortar, which opened this summer, is located in Bellaire, Texas, which is southwest of downtown Houston. So interesting. It's interesting to hear the progression, and it's unique, but it's similar to a lot of people's progression doing the pop-up thing, or restaurants or bars or breweries, and then getting to the point where they're doing festivals and getting a lot of attention. And they talk about different people that have helped them along the way within the barbecue world. A lot of familiar names, a lot of familiar people, and then how they got the brick and mortar and how long that took, and how a hurricane got involved and pushed everything back. Their menu is eclectic. It's Central Texas, but then with their own twist. And if you follow them on social media, I'll put all their links below. You'll see that they are creative, and putting out crazy stuff. And you're going to want to visit them. They're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. They open at 11 all the rest of the week till they sell out. They have a full liquor license, so that's a cool component to things. It's awesome, and they're funny, interesting guys, and you're gonna love this, and you're gonna want to visit them. They have to be a stop if you go to Houston, or if you're in Texas, it's worth the drive. It's definitely worth the drive. I can't thank the guys enough for taking the time. And if you're digging these interviews, please subscribe. That way you don't miss out. If you're listening to this just on the podcast, I do have a YouTube version of this. It's at youtube.com/Kevin's BBQ Joints, with not only that, but lots of other content, barbecue joint visits, butcher shop visits, really cool stuff. I have a website at kevinsbbqjoints.com. with links to all the podcasts, all the YouTube stuff, barbecue pop-up list for Texas, a weekly one, as well as one for Los Angeles, and it's growing and growing. It can be found on all the social media at Kevin's BBQ Joints. Thank you guys for listening. Shoot me a message at any time. I'll get back to you. But enjoy this. Good evening, guys. How you guys doing?
Good, man. We finally got around to doing this, man. I know you've been asking for a while, but we've been just crazy busy, and our schedules never could line up.
Well, thank you, and I so appreciate it. My life's been a little crazy, but not quite like you guys. What's been so crazy lately? How's this summer been for you guys?
July was slow, but it was slower than the previous months. Starting to pick back up. I think as people are going back to school. But everyone we talked to, they said July is down month for them anyways.
So is this your first official July in your restaurant, in your brick and mortar?
Yeah, so we're learning as we go. We don't have any
It's our
numbers.
first official everything.
Yeah.
That's what I
look back on, all we can do is ask our friends,
Crazy thing. So the restaurant has been slow, but we've been doing like a lot of interviews and a lot of press. So that kind of keeps us on our toes, like trying to schedule that within the hours that we're available, and trying to, prep food and caterings and all that. But the restaurant numbers have been a little bit low.
Let's jump back. So you guys, like I'm in reading, I've read lots of stuff. I haven't watched any interviews with you personally, but you guys grew up together and then kind of did your own thing and then came back. Is that how it worked?
Yeah.
And it was in Houston, right? Like outside of Houston.
Yeah. So we grew up on the southwest side of town, like A-Leaf.
What is A-Leaf like?
It's a big melting pot of different cultures. We kind of joked around growing up, like you could have like a black dude that was more into anime or punk rock than any of us would have been, So it's just one of those places where you don't know what to expect from everyone. Yeah. Everybody's just kind of into everything.
Can't judge a book by its cover over there.
Well, that's kind of cool. And so then, were you guys, because obviously you're brothers, but did you grow up with them? Like, did you guys play with each other like kids? Like, were you on bikes and stuff?
No, it wasn't until like more towards high school.
Oh, high school. Okay. I didn't know if it was that early on.
Yeah, eat after school and stuff like that.
Were you into food at all then?
Not really, just hanging out, eating.
Yeah, I think more the social aspect of just hanging out around a table.
Yeah.
Fancy food or food adventures. There's just
I don't even think there was fancy.
Yeah, I don't even know if they had that back then, did they?
Go grab a bite to eat.
I was real big into skateboarding. I think Robbie was more of a BMX guy.
Okay.
But, we met up at some places where gathered to skate or ride bikes and stuff like that.
A lot of us were all into the same kind of music, so that was kind of a bonding point for a lot of us too.
What was the music you guys were into then?
Like hip hop, yeah.
Because I mentioned that sticker that I had that Public Enemy sticker on a guitar of all things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. It's like because I couldn't come to the thing. I'm helping my mom with back surgery, so I couldn't come to the big party. Did all three of you guys go?
No, Robbie went up there. We stayed and manned the fort back here.
Yeah, so Robert hit me up and he was asking if I knew some DJs, and I was like, yeah, of course, I know tons of DJs. And we started getting into the details of the party, and it's a non-profit party, you know. It's basically everybody volunteers, and I was like, man, it's gonna kind of be hard to get some guys to volunteer. So I told him, I'm like, you know, I could do it, and he was like, well, I didn't want to ask you, but he was like, you're the one I wanted to get.
Well, that's
so
cool.
I was like, yeah, I'll do it, you know. So we went up there and had a good time. Got to meet people.
What an interesting group of people.
Yeah.
Let's jump back, and I don't want to mispronounce your name. Is it Wei? Is that how you pronounce it?
Quy.
Oh, God. So the Q is because you know what's funny is I even Googled it like a week ago. I'm like, I want to make sure it's.
A lot of people just call me Q.
Okay. And so which of you guys had more of the culinary background?
None of us really. Like my culinary background was more grilling in my backyard, and that didn't even start until like 2000s, maybe, you know, like early 2000s, just grilling for my friends, Super Bowl parties, you know, get-togethers, just easy stuff. Never barbecued. That didn't start till probably 2013 when I finally was like, you know what, today I'm going to sit down, waste 10 hours of my life and smoke a piece of meat, you know.
Was it a brisket?
No, it was a pork butt, I believe. Yeah, something easy. You know, no culinary training. You know, everything I learned, like I said, is probably off the internet, YouTube, stuff like that.
So that seems to be a path that a lot of people take. I'm sure you run into a lot of people too. Like you just got to jump into it.
You know, just do something, you know, that you're passionate about, that we like.
And you guys had at that time, did you guys have the glitter? Is that?
Yeah, Robbie and Terry had glitter.
The current version started in 2010.
What was it before?
We had one in Chinatown from 2000 to 2005. And then we closed for 5 years, and then we opened in Midtown in 2010. So the one that everybody associates us with is the newer version of it.
And you guys still have that, right?
Yeah.
2012, a buddy of mine actually, or maybe before that, like 2011, a buddy of mine was like, hey man, let's go to Glitter. And I hadn't seen these guys except for like at shows and stuff. We never really hung out until my buddy was like, hey, let's go up there. He's actually our tattoo artist.
That's
so
cool.
he's like, hey, let's go up there. I was like, all right. I know, you know, I wasn't really going out. So I went up there, and then from there, it just kind of like rekindled like pretty quickly the friendship. You know, and then we just started talking, and that just led to customer appreciation parties these guys were throwing, and I was like, hey, let me cook. And Robbie didn't want me to cook. He was like, no, I want you to enjoy yourself. Just hang out and drink. I was like, no, that is me enjoying myself.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, brought my little Weber up on the side of the building, and we just started grilling, I think, like fajitas and, like, chicken drumsticks, just, like, real simple stuff.
Was that a customer appreciation? So you guys were giving it out for free then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They would order stuff, and then I was like, hey, let me cook. Their kitchen wasn't, they really didn't even have any kitchen equipment, really. I think a fryer and an oven at that time. I had to pack my grill up there.
Yeah, we didn't even have a flat top at that time.
Yeah.
Do you have more of a kitchen now? You actually serve?
Sure.
Yeah, so from that customer appreciation party, we started doing steak night. So for the steak night, we had to kind of get some better equipment in there. So we got a big charbroiler, an oven.
It's a karaoke place, but is it like one of the places where they have a bunch of little studio kind of things that you rent out?
No, ours is really one main floor, so it's more of a social atmosphere, not like included.
Yeah, everyone sings in front of everybody.
Yeah.
I think that's the way it should be. That's the way I've always known it. But then I go to Koreatown here, and I'd be like, wait, there's this, like, where you just order a bunch of drinks and have your own little box.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay.
Some people like that, but the glitter's not like that. It's more social, yeah. We want people to interact. We don't want them to be, like, stuck in their little room.
Yeah, and it becomes more like a bar and fun hangout thing to do.
Yeah.
So then how did this, like, I'm still wondering, how did this get to the point where you were...
We were doing the steak night probably for 6 to 8 months, and like I said, I finally was like, you know what, today I'm going to try my hand at barbecue, like slow smoke and stuff, not just grilling burgers and stuff. And I learned on a Weber kettle, not even the Weber bullet, anything. It was just a kettle, bank the coals, and some wood chunks on one side. And I think I did the pork butt first, and then I started messing with just ribs, St. Louis style ribs, and taking it up to glitter on steak nights just for the staff. It was more for, staff meal. Maybe if a regular came into the bar, we'd let them try.
Okay.
And so every week I would just try something different, just trying to perfect the rub. And I'm not gonna lie, back then my rub was spicy. So it was spicy.
Yeah,
but we all loved it.
Yeah.
We all loved it, and
What were you adding into it to make it spicy?
it's really just cayenne. That's the crazy thing, I think a lot of people are sensitive to cayenne. Even at the steak night, we were doing a cayenne butter on the steak.
Yeah.
And some people are like, oh man, it's so spicy. We're like, it's just cayenne. Like, it trips me out. It's like, I'm not putting ghost pepper on this stuff.
That's funny. Isn't that funny? Like, it's so strange how people react to that. Yeah.
It's just real weird. So from there, a lot of people started, giving us, props. Like, hey, this is good. And sometimes I look back at some of the old pictures, and I was like, y'all all lied to me. Like, this stuff all looks horrible, but y'all told me it was good. Like, y'all lied.
They love you. They're just being nice.
I was like,
Yeah, you should see some pictures of those first briskets, man. They weren't good.
Man, like, the ribs, they were like bad.
Can you go through the old Instagram for glitter and find them?
Yeah, we'll do like our personal pictures. Like, it's some of that stuff looked pretty bad. Some of it looked good. I think the one thing is a lot of it was inconsistent. I think. Some days, oh man, this looks great, and then the next one, I'm like, man.
But him and I would be back there, like, he's trying to perfect the cook, but we're also trying to perfect the rub.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the whole process was a learning curve. Just trying to get the rub just the way we wanted it, because we knew that we had something there. We had to tone down the heat, bring up the pepper, bring down the salt, tweak it out. So every week it was a tweak. Till we were like, don't mess it up anymore. This is good.
Write it down.
This is good. And then you're like, did you write it down? Yeah, I write it down every time. So then we got the rub down. Then he started really perfecting the technique. And then it was like somebody was having a Super Bowl party and was like, I want y'all to cater.
Okay.
And we were like, well, can we do that?
We were like, and then at that point we were like, maybe. And Robbie had a friend that was like, hey, I have this backyard smoker that I built on a trailer. Do y'all want to buy it? I'll make a good deal. It was an offset.
Wow.
So we were like, Robbie's like, hey, if you're serious about it, like, we'll all chip in. It was like $1,500. And we're like, yeah, we can all come up with $500, And from there, I hated that damn smoker too, by the way. Like, that was one of my learning curves, and it was a stick burner. Everything I read up on, 225, this and that. And I'm constantly trying to keep it at 225. It spikes up. I'm closing the damper. It drops. I'm adding more wood. And we got rid of that thing after 6 months, maybe.
We actually sold it to Fegis.
Yeah, we sold it to Patrick.
Oh, really? Patrick got it? That's funny.
Yeah, he still has it. And then we bought a vault. But then after I learned more, then I'm like, no, all those spikes were normal. I really didn't have to mess with it like that.
So can you explain a little bit of that? Because people I'm sure there are people that are like just getting into it, or like just what were causing those spikes then?
I mean, just adding wood. You're gonna it's gonna spike up and then it'll level out. But I didn't know any better, and as soon as I saw it go up to like 250, 260, I'm closing dampers. It drops. I'm opening dampers.
Stressful.
So as long as I kept reading, people were like, oh, 50 degree swings, no problem.
Gotcha.
Okay.
He just was like, you can put some dampening
like tuning plates and stuff like that.
And we were like, oh, maybe we need to do that. And then you don't need to do all that stuff, man.
But as we learn now, I'm like, now we cook 275 to 325,
Okay.
That 225 stuff, man. I don't have 14 hours to sit around here.
So at that point, were you guys blood brothers? Did you call yourselves blood brothers?
We did.
For the first catering, no.
No, that was just like a Super Bowl
But
thing.
pretty much right after that.
Right after.
Because we were saying, like, well, if we're going to sell stuff, we have to have a name, a brand. And then we came up with Blood Brothers.
Yeah, Robbie came up with a name. As soon as he told us a name, we're like, that's it. Because we were like, we were thinking of I was thinking of all these names. There are a lot of like real cliche stuff, smoking aces. Like, yeah, like so, like we would look it up. Oh, there's already something, I was just thinking of stupid names, like with a lot of like pop culture stuff too. Like growing up, we were all real big, old '80s movies guy. I'm like, you could like Smokey and the Bandit or something.
Which is pretty cool.
And
But
surprisingly, like it's all taken by like cook-off teams or whatever.
yeah, all the competition teams have those names already.
Yeah, so when Robbie came up with Blood, when he presented that, we were just like, yeah, that's it.
I told him, I was like, I don't know if you're going to like this or not. It's really about the story, about our friendship, but also about, we knew going in that our barbecue tasted a little bit different than others, a little bit more spicy, but that's what we liked about it. We didn't want to taste like everybody else.
We toned it down, but not all the way down.
So,
and that's what I've heard. That's what makes you guys unique.
Yeah, we wanted a name that was going to stand out. And so Blood Brothers is kind of in your face.
It's very in your face. I think it's awesome. I think it's so original.
So yeah, that's what we came up with.
And also too, I'd like to get into a little bit because it seems like you guys have branded yourself very well too, like with the colors and the style. I'm sure that is that from any of your guys' backgrounds. Do you guys have any marketing or PR background, or do you dig style?
Terry and I come from basically marketing clubs.
Yeah,
we had a club of our own. He was a club promoter for 20-something years, 30-something years.
Oh, wow.
And then I do graphic design. So you put that all together, we kind of have a good idea of how to market ourselves. And then the color scheme was originally black and red, and now it's a little too close to the actual blood part of Blood Brothers. So we decided to change it. And Queenie has an orange, a mango?
Yeah, like an orange Charger.
He's got an orange Charger.
Like Dodge Charger. So
oh, really?
It's orange black, so we're like.
And then he's always liked orange.
We all like orange.
Yeah, orange is awesome. It's an awesome color.
Yeah, he changed it, and it popped right away. And that was it. He just changed the lettering to orange. It was already always black, and it just popped. And we're like, yeah, that's.
Yeah, put the orange sticker on the vault, and it was beautiful. We're like, oh, man, this looks good.
So did you guys get the vault? It was a pit maker, right?
Yeah, the pit maker. After we sold the, I was researching it, and I researched that pit for a long time because when I started dabbling, before we even talked about doing it, I was going to buy a safe for myself for the backyard. And then when, we had a chance to get that first smoker together, I was like, all right. And then even then, looking back, when we were about to switch, I was actually looking at the safe, but then I was like, I think it was like $800 more, I could buy this vault. We could buy this vault that has like double the capacity or something. So we pulled the trigger on that one.
Yeah, he was basically like, we can sell this one, take that money and put it as a payment towards this, and then pay the rest off later. So I think we split it up into 3 payments. Yeah. And then knocked it out.
But you guys still hadn't had a brick and mortar place at that time yet.
No, we were just doing.
That's 5 years later.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I thought it was like 3 or 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Started doing once a month, and then after a while, we tried to do like twice a month.
And you guys were doing mostly just popping up at Glitter, right?
No.
We started at fortunate like Robbie and Terry been in the bar industry, so we know a lot of bar owners. Our first
basically
one was
we looked.
Liberty.
No, Refinery.
Refinery.
Oh, Refinery. Okay, I remember reading about Refinery.
Basically, we wanted to find a place that had a big patio. My buddy had a bar called Refinery right outside of Midtown, and they weren't really doing much. They weren't very busy. So, any opportunity for another bar owner to bring some business in when they're going to be dead, they're like, yeah, go ahead. Sure. You mean I'll get a free DJ and I'll get free food? Yeah, man, go ahead.
Why
so
not? Yeah.
We did it. We called all our friends, and it just kind of went from there. We went from Refinery to Liberty to Lincoln Bar.
Then to Glitter.
And Buffalo Bayou Brewery was kind of all in between all of that.
Yeah.
When did you guys start to be on people's radar? Is that like because did you do some festivals? You did festivals later on, but did you do it at the beginning, like the first couple of years?
The reason why we have a lot of chef friends. We used to do monthly pop-ups, then they turned into weekly pop-ups, chef pop-ups at Glitter. So we have a lot of chef friends. We have a lot of people in the food industry that follow us, so they would come support. And I think the first real foodie person that came to support us was probably Eric Sandler.
Okay.
And then who knows, the word got around to Michael Fulmer and Chris Reed, and
Chris,
they
yeah, JC.
to Houston Barbecue, and I think from there that's really when things.
Shout outs to Houston Barbecue, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. I think we tell those guys all the time. Well, Chris Shepard. Chris Shepard was a big one too. So Chris Shepard's a really good friend. We did one of his Sunday dinners.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Few things
With Beegis, by the way.
with Beegis and Gatlin and
Greg
Killen.
Gatlin.
That one was a big one for us. That kind of put us in contact with 44 Farms, and then from there we went to Barbecue Fest.
So crazy how like it all snowballed like that. Would you have ever imagined that this would have happened?
Not at all. I mean, when Chris asked us to do that event, he was like, "I want you to cook me something."
We weren't on the roster.
We were on the roster,
last-minute
and
ad.
he was like, "I want you to cook me something. I'm gonna come back later. I'm gonna grab it." And so we made a rack of beef ribs. Then he came, he got it, and he called us the next day, like, "You guys are on."
Wow.
All right. And he was like, and they were, Chris Shepard was real big into just breaking down whole cows, and he was like, "Y'all get the belly." We're like, "All right.
What the hell are we gonna do with the
ain't never
belly?"
do no fucking belly before." But so I used to do a Calbee style, like the flanken steak, just grilled, and just eat it with rice. So we're like, you know what? Let's just do that on this belly. Use that same marinade, and it actually turned out pretty good.
The flavor was really good, but man, there was so much fat on that belly.
We didn't understand
Oh, that's true.
But the flavor was amazing.
We didn't understand the full way to cook a belly. Now we know, like, cook it, press it, cube it, but that one was like, we just straight smoked it all the way.
Yeah. It's
We
falling
had to
apart.
cut out a lot of the fat before we gave it to the customer, for sure.
But it sounds like this is all trial and error.
Yeah, it's still
It's
trial
all-
and
it's
error.
all-
I guess,
yeah.
yeah, like even like today.
We're getting all this press. We have people calling us chef and stuff. We're like, no.
Backyard cook.
But you're passionate about what you do, and you have a specific style.
I mean, I think from the early stages, like one of our mottos, Robbie with DJ and stuff, is we just want to bring that backyard barbecue vibe to the masses. You go to a backyard barbecue, you have good music, good friends, good beers.
Yeah.
That's those three elements.
Yeah.
That's what you missed last weekend, man.
Yeah.
You missed that.
Don't
But,
tell me. I know it makes me sad.
I missed it too, man.
Man.
We don't have to throw our own.
I know. In the back of your minds, you're always thinking we have to get a brick and mortar place. How did you find that location?
No. We were never.
We were never thinking that.
Oh really? Oh really? You didn't? Okay.
Yeah.
No, we were just like, we're just going to do these pop-ups.
Yeah, they had the bar full time. I did aquariums with my uncle. I was doing that in that business for 30 years.
Oh, the aquarium business. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't.
We all had crazy work schedules.
Yeah, so it was just like.
It was basically, we drove around town and there's a police sign. We take a picture and call each other like, hey, what do you think of this? Should we look into it? Okay.
Yeah, and then we never looked into it.
Finally, we found a spot that actually looked doable,
Okay.
which was behind our current location. And we're like, this might be the one, We're like, so we got the information. We looked at it. We talked to the landlord. The tenant there was going month to month. The landlord was like, they're going to leave. I'm going to raise the rent and they're going to leave.
Okay.
And so he raised the rent and they were like, they took it and signed another lease. Yeah. So we were screwed. And then he was like,
we didn't do a backup place.
Yeah. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So he was like, but I got this other one and it's better for you guys, but it's not built out. Because we wanted a second generation place.
Yeah, go in.
Like the old place and just redo it?
Yeah. So this place that we got was nothing but four walls.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a challenge.
Yeah. And we,
four walls and a bunch of wires.
You're talking to three guys that have never opened a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like he's opened aquarium stores, 2 of them. We've opened 2 bars, but we've never opened a restaurant. Just the moving parts of a restaurant and everything.
The permitting.
Yeah.
How long did that take from acquiring it to actually opening it?
Year and a half, yeah.
Year and a half.
Of course, Harvey had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, Harvey set us back too.
Not a person named Harvey, but the hurricane.
Yeah, no, the hurricane.
Hurricane,
Yeah.
Okay.
That set us back because permitting was basically
Yeah, because we were
stopped.
expecting to open during the summer, and we ended up opening after Christmas.
Oh, wow. That's nuts. Is it because people were backed up?
So
Yeah,
so the city of Bellaire got hit pretty hard by the flood. So the city offices basically said we're not accepting any new construction permits until they can clear their rebuilding permits.
Fix all the old stuff.
So that set us back. There not being any barbecue restaurants in Bellaire or like any new ones. So the fire marshal didn't know how to handle us having a smoke room. So that set us back about 2 months because it just so happened that that fell on his vacation time. So
Of
he was.
course.
So when you're in a small little city like Bellaire, there's one person that you deal with. So you're on their schedule,
Gotcha.
which is actually not bad because at least in Houston, there's a million people working. Waiting for 6 people, where there's not that many. The line's not that long.
That's true. There is that. Yeah.
Yeah, so now that we're open, if we need anything,
Yeah.
that's great.
What was that moment like for you guys when you first opened? Like the first day, like after the end of that first day, what did that feel like?
Man,
We were emotional, man.
Yeah, we did a soft opening and like new system, way of doing stuff. Pop-ups, we would write the name and it'd be just a guesstimate, on the food. Well, we'll weigh it, but if it's 9 ounces, it's 9 ounces, 10 ounces, whatever. Our system here is we weigh everything. And I mean, I'm on the cutting block. We had a line out the door and we were just like, what the hell is going on?
And that was only friends. That wasn't even the
like,
public.
yeah.
Oh shoot.
Actually, we were trying to do it low key. We were like, hey, let's just open it on Thursday. If, someone comes in, they post a picture, and someone walks in, whatever, cool. And then one of the food writers here just, they're doing a soft opening on Thursday.
Yeah,
And
great.
it was freaking nuts.
Yeah.
I think our wait time that day, if you were at the door, was about 45 minutes before you get to the counter. We've shaved that down to about 20 minutes now.
Oh, that's good to know. I was going to ask you that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so now it's about 20 minutes if the line is out the door, and that means if you're at the door, there's probably 30, 40 people in front of you. I think, we move pretty quick for having that many people.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. You said it was emotional. Like, was it like a sense of accomplishment, or like, oh my gosh, what have we gotten ourselves into? Or
No, it was just like
We did it.
overwhelming.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Accomplishment, yeah.
Like accomplishment. It's like, damn, guys, we actually did it. Like, we got a damn restaurant.
the praise from our friends, the praise from the press,
Our family.
our families. There's a lot.
yeah, no, that's a big deal, and it's like and 3 guys that have known each other for so long too, pulling off something like that, like and going a year and a half to get it open. That's crazy.
When we signed the lease and just setback after setback, kind of.
Yeah, it's like
man.
one picture per month on Instagram. People are like, "What the hell's going
Man,
on?"
what this guy's building, man.
Has the menu changed since? Is it the same menu since December?
Oh no, we've added quite a bit of stuff. When we first started, we were buying. I've made house-made links before, like for our pop-ups. But right when we opened, I'm like, we have no time. We're trying to dial in smokers, so we were buying a sausage that was pre-made from by Heart Brand. They're a ranch out in West Texas.
Okay.
Good product.
Yeah, it's a great product.
Yeah.
Good people, great product. But now we have 3 house-made links on the menu as a daily links on the menu, and then we'll throw in our specials like the Thai Green Curry Boudin on Friday. We have 1 or 2 specials like every day of the week.
Prime rib sandwich.
Yeah, so on Wednesdays we're doing house-made tri-tip pastrami, like Ruby. We started making our own spam.
Oh,
I probably
that's
shouldn't be
cool.
calling it spam, but
Yeah, you
so
can't
we're
call
doing-
it spam.
Not mystery meat.
Yeah, there we go.
So we did spam musubis for the last month. And they've been flying off pretty well.
Oh, those are so good. That's so good.
Yeah, on Thursdays we do a smoked prime rib sandwich on a jalapeno cheddar bread with like beer onions, horseradish sauce, or barbecue sauce and cheese sauce.
It's killer.
Yeah, it's a messy sandwich. but
That
it's
sounds
good.
like I could eat that every day.
And we started messing with pork belly burnt ends, and for the barbecue sauce, we're trying to do seasonal. So right now we're doing a peach habanero bourbon barbecue sauce.
That's on Fridays?
Yeah, Fridays.
Saturdays we got beef ribs.
Yeah, and Fridays we do Thai Day Friday, which we have the Thai Green Curry Boudin. We do a Thai peanut butter sticky rib,
Oh,
with like peanut butter sauce on top with Thai chilies and
That's
crushed
gone
peanut.
over. That's gone over pretty well.
Yeah, that one. Our Friday is probably one of our busier days as far as specials, and it goes pretty good.
I like
It
that.
does.
I like that concept, Tie Day Friday.
Yeah, so we're trying to do like different stuff. We got something working for Wednesdays, probably starting next week. I think adding to the Hawaiian type theme.
Like a Moco Loco thing or something.
Yeah, we're actually
Like
gonna
we love
do,
that stuff.
I
brisket.
could eat that all the time. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we got I trim briskets, we grind it. I use some of that grind in our sausages, but we still have so much, so we're gonna start doing a smoked brisket burger patty like Loco Moco.
You're killing me.
You don't have to go to barbecue place and get a baked potato, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can do other stuff.
We're gonna change it.
So this is an exclusive. Never a baked potato at Blood Brothers.
You will never have a baked potato.
I
You
think
might get potatoes, but you won't get a baked
we
potato.
entertained the idea, I think, for about 5 minutes, like before we had opened, but then
No, 4 minutes.
yeah,
4
maybe
minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
But then we're like, no,
That's
like,
hilarious.
probably don't want to mess with that.
So then, you guys are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, right?
Sunday and Tuesday, yeah.
A lot of places will close Sunday, but this is such a tight neighborhood that people will go out with their families on Sundays. So we wanted to be open.
Yeah.
We're in here Tuesday prepping and cooking for Wednesday, so one day off.
Yeah, everyone, people that have barbecue places don't have 2 days off generally.
Yeah, you're closed 2
Closed.
days. You get 1 day off.
So what's the rest of your menu, the standard menu for people to know?
As far as sides go, we do a smoked Gouda mac and cheese. We do the brisket fried rice, which has gotten a lot of attention.
Yeah.
We do the jalapeno roasted cream corn, which we've been doing forever.
Actually, our very first side that we did at our pop-ups.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Salad.
We do a 1836 pinto beans. So basically, we put some beer and some pinto beans. They're good.
Very
And
good.
then we have cold sides, coleslaw, potato salad. We do a cucumber salad and a watermelon salad.
Oh, wow, that's nice. But you guys have brisket.
Protein-wise, we go brisket, our sausages, 3 house-made links. We do a hot link, jalapeno cheddar, and a black pepper.
Okay.
Ribs, smoked turkey, half chickens or split chickens on the weekends only, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
We do a turkey sandwich, sausage sandwich, a smoked chicken salad sandwich now.
You might have heard about the smoked turkey bun mi.
Yeah,
The banh mi.
lot of-
I was going to ask about the banh mi. Yeah.
We do that one every day, and then on Sundays we do a Vietnamese style like pork belly one
Oh,
with
really?
like garlic, a thịt nướng. It's normally char broiled or char grilled, but we smoke it.
You can get that as a sandwich or without.
Do the pate, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We make our own pate, but the only thing we don't make is the bread.
Yeah, the breads and the dessert.
We don't make any of the bread here. We leave that to the pros.
Yeah.
So Breadman Baking Company does all of our normal marble rye and the jalapeno cheese bread, and then
Sunbeam does our giveaway white bread.
Shout out to.
Sometimes it's prepared. French Riviera does our
baguette. Yeah.
Was that hard to find those people, or?
No. We just picked our favorite products.
Yeah.
That's my favorite baguette in the city.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that have approached us about doing our other breads and buns, and it's it was kind of like the little guys, and just not only little guys. There's other little people, companies approach us, but it's just business ethics and just the way support local guys that support you back.
Yeah, exactly. I see behind you there's some sauces. Like, do you guys make your own?
So we have 2. We have SWAT sauce was our signature sauce. It's going to be a vinegar based, little heat to it, and then we came up with a mustard base that's a little sweeter.
Yeah, when we opened this place, there were some people that were like, "Do you make a sauce that's not spicy?"
And that sauce is inspired by my trips to Luling City Market.
Yeah. Oh, that sauce is awesome.
But we put our own
So
little
good.
Yeah,
spin
we
on
put
it.
our own spin on it. It was inspired by that, but we had to put our own spin on it.
You guys open at 11, right?
Yes, 11 till 3 or until we sell out. We are working on hopefully doing extended happy hour in the near future. We just don't
Because we do have a full liquor license.
I was going
We
to
have
ask you that. You do?
Yeah.
So do you guys serve right now beer and wine, or do you have hard alcohol too?
hard alcohol.
Yeah.
Right now, mainly bourbons and whiskeys.
That's awesome. That's huge. A lot of places don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to, not a whole lot of people drink that at lunch.
11 a.m. It's
Yeah. I mean, we do have some people that do, but
We do have a few.
they're dedicated.
yeah.
What is this all like? What does this feel like now? Like it's now you're really in deep in the conversation in the barbecue community. What's that community like? What's that been like? Because you weren't part of it prior to all this.
Oh, the community's been awesome, man. We get, support from all the local guys. hang out. Met a lot of them through festivals. I mean, on any given day, some of them will be in here eating. We'll go visit their spots.
Even people outside, even barbecue guys outside of Houston.
Yeah, outside of Houston.
They've been awesome.
Just if I need advice, I can hit up any one of those guys and ask them, and they'll steer us in the right direction.
I think you found, I mean, in your experience with the podcast, the people that you've talked to, we're all basically the same kind of people. Mm-hmm. I think, we all respect each other. We all appreciate what everybody else is doing. We're all here to try to make this industry better. I think you'll find out right away when someone doesn't fit with everyone else. And,
yeah, for sure.
You kind of find that out right away. And you can kind of point fingers. You probably know some of those people. Mm-hmm. You might see them post something on Instagram or say something about someone else, and you're like, they shouldn't have said that. Yeah. That's not cool.
And even if you feel it, don't say it.
I agree. Yeah. No, I agree completely. There's no need for that.
So yeah, I think we've been lucky enough to make friends and have the respect of our peers. I mean, I felt that way at Robert's house anyway. I felt like there was a lot of love there.
Well, and I think people also with you guys, not only like do they respect you guys, but they're curious because you guys are doing a lot of different things. And I think that's like I just posted an interview with Heirloom Market Barbecue, and they've been doing like a blend of Korean with barbecue for
in Atlanta, right?
2010, yeah, and but you guys too. It's still new. It's still new for a lot of people.
I mean, yeah, like even talking to Daniel Bahn, like he's like, yeah, a lot of these, not even with just us, but with just the whole craft barbecue stuff, Central Texas style. He's like, a lot of these traditionalist guys will shun like all of us, but it's like, well, and one thing that made us feel good was what he was saying, like, yeah, but you guys y'all can do traditional and outside the box, whereas a lot of these traditional guys, that's all they know. They're never gonna venture out, so they're just gonna be stuck there while everyone else is. Mm-hmm.
And that's what we try to do. Like, so we talked about these things that are on the menu. So they're on the menu now. So that means that we're working on the next thing. Like Quy and I and Terry, we're like tasting new things. Like talking about the Loco Moco. Like, what else can we do? We're always trying to come up with the next
awesome.
dish.
Yeah, and we're always like, people always ask like, what? We just want to cook food we want to eat. I'm not going to just cook something for someone else, but, it's
and it's not necessarily Asian stuff.
Yeah, either, it's everything, I was messing around with a jerk pork taco the other day, so that I've done before, but trying to, perfect
we like all food.
Yeah.
Well, and it goes back to what you were saying, the area where you grew up. It was like a melting pot. You guys like probably a lot of different things because you were exposed to so much.
Yeah.
And in Texas, you're exposed. I feel like people in Texas are exposed to a lot of different styles of food that people in other places maybe aren't. Maybe California, maybe New York, but other.
Yeah, Gulf Coast. Being next to Louisiana, I think you do. You get a lot of that. Especially like I guess being a port city. You got all kinds of people here, and everybody's pretty open-minded. We put kimchi in the fried rice, and I made it a big deal. I was like, I'm going to puree it so fine that you won't even know it's in there, but. Even when you tell people it's in there, they're like, that's cool, it tastes good,
Yeah.
Whereas maybe 10 years ago, people were like, you put what in the rice? Oh, I'm not touching that. I'm not eating that.
And even a lot of the regulars in this that we've come to get in this area, early on they come in and they just want brisket, ribs, sausage. Mm-hmm. But now they're seeing the different press we're getting, and then now they're, there's people that come in here. Actually, the last couple weeks, like, at the end of our shift, it's what we have left, brisket.
Yeah, we're all tripping out. Are we in the twilight zone?
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's true.
Out first,
we're like, where are we?
Week, like every day, we sell out of everything except brisket. And then on top of that, there's people that come in. Before they come in, we have everything except brisket. Oh, I'll come back. Now we have brisket, and they're like, I'll come back.
Oh, that's
it's freaking weird.
That is odd. That's so bizarre.
I mean, it's awesome. I'd rather sell other stuff because the margins on brisket aren't great.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's very true.
But yeah, it's just crazy, just to see it, from when we started to now, like what people are actually looking for when they come in here.
That's very unique. And you guys have stumbled upon something so different than anybody else. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And what was the reaction when you guys made the top 25 best new barbecue joints? Was there a spike? Did you guys notice anything or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one definitely. Even before that, I think it was just even the Daniel Vaughn, the little write up he did, and he released that on the same day Allison Cook did her review.
Yeah.
So I mean, May and June was when all that stuff dropped, and it was just crazy. And then Localish did a little video segment on us, and that spiked it even more. So yeah, it's been a crazy
Yeah, the
ride.
Texas Monthly thing was funny because I'm always the first one to get on and kind of check our social media and repost stuff or comment on somebody else's comment. So that morning I woke up and, normally you'll have like one or two new friends or whatever connections. That morning we had like 20 new connections. And I was like, what's going on? And then it turned out Texas Monthly posted the top 25 and we were on it. So from then I was telling my brother and Quy, I was like, that's the power of Texas Monthly. They really.
Oh, actually, that one wasn't even the
Was
Texas
that-
one. That's the one he posted.
Was
just
that Daniel Vaughn?
Yeah,
one?
Daniel Vaughn one where he posted
Yeah.
the turkey banh mi
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
So
like that.
that's the power of Daniel Vaughn and Texas Monthly. Is like
Yeah.
as soon as he posted something, we got like 25 new connections within like 30 minutes. It was bizarre.
Yeah, he was scrolling. He kept scrolling.
I was like, check this out. Whoa,
What a cool thing. And it's interesting too because there's a lot of people doing things like me. There's a lot of podcasting. There's a lot of photographers out. Everyone wants to be Lerma or be like the next whomever. But it's Wade McSpad. But I think that Texas Monthly still has the heart of the barbecue world in its hands. Like people
I
listen.
think Daniel's, he's the reason for that.
Without a doubt. And he's a reason a lot of people, like even before Texas Monthly, I would look.
Hoping that his show would get picked up. I loved it. I thought it was a good show.
You would think of anybody, and it was so interesting. It was so diverse, and I'm surprised that it did.
He was great on camera. So I don't know what happened, but I mentioned it to him, and he was like, "Yeah, whatever."
He has a couple things going on, so.
Yeah.
And coming up in a year from now, they have the top 50. So it's going to be interesting now to see how that works out because there's so many spots now.
Yeah.
How far now? If say I flew into Houston, how far from Houston Center are you guys?
If you flew into like IAH, probably 45 minutes from Intercontinental, probably.
Like west, right? As you guys are west, right?
South, southwest.
Southwest. Yeah. Okay.
You would just take the
We're right
loop
out,
all the way around.
right outside the loop.
Right outside the loop. Well, awesome. Well, I thank you guys for taking the time and for all three of you guys and I've been watching your progression from afar and I've been so stoked for you guys. It's such you guys are such cool guys too. So I'm really happy. In general, you seem like you care so much about what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, again, man, I'm sorry we couldn't do it sooner. It's just been crazy.
No, it's all good. And
Terry over here, he's always on TV.
that's true. That I see you a bunch of times.
I'm really about the TV ads all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Really about it.
Yeah, that's true. Same for me. It's exactly.
Yeah.
I wear a hat because it slims me. Well, you guys have a great week, and I'll be out there this fall, and I'd love to come by. I can't wait.
Okay,
awesome. That's good.